Hey, welcome to What's It Costin' with Heather Austin. Today we're going to talk about how to get out of debt and how to do it the funnest and the quickest way ever. So what you do is you write down all your debt, smallest to largest, and you do not worry about your interest rates, and you do not count your house in this. So let me repeat that. Don't worry about how much you pay or your interest rates. You're still going to write it down lowest to highest, and you are not going to put your house in this category. So this is your small debts, not counting your house, nothing to do with your business. If you own your business, do not count this in your household debt. So you will have to have your own business debt and keep it separated from your household. Okay, so now we're going to move on. So the first thing you do is you take your first debt, which is your lowest, and you're going to work on paying that off. So let's say that payment was, which was mine was $160, and that had no interest rate. So I promise you that this method works. I had no interest rate on that. I had no interest rate on my next one either. So my first one was $1,000. I had to pay $160 a month, which was this one. I paid it off. So I got to color all my little lines in, and it was fun. I loved it. So once I paid this off and I got to color this all the way up to the top, I took that $160 and I applied it to my next loan, which was my Lowe's card. I had no interest on this. I paid this one off. So it was, my payment was only $50 a month. So I took the $160 that I was paying over here, put it with my Lowe's payment, which was only $50. Neither one of them had interest. But I paid them off first because they were my lowest ones, and it really got me excited, made me want to pay off the next thing. So once you start paying those things off, you try to find ways. How can I pay this one off faster? So my $50, my $160 plus my $50. Now I have $210 extra dollars because they're paid off, and I get to take it over here and pay it on my. Yes, I had interest rates on this one, so I got to pay this one off. So this payment was $127. So guess what? Once I got to pay it off, I got to add all of this income now to this bill. Then I did the same thing. I just kept rolling it over and rolling it over until they were paid off. So let me encourage you. I don't care what people say about the interest rates. Don't worry about it. Take your smallest and pay it off, because I mean, this is proof. I have saved myself $1,248 by paying these things off. I freed up that much money. So it works. And after you get your stuff paid off, then you get to save your 6 months emergency fund. So let me go back though. I paid off over $50,000 in 2 years. Was it hard? Yes. Did I work 2 jobs? Yes. Did my husband work 2 jobs? Yes. Did we sell stuff? Yes, we did. We sold stuff, but we still enjoyed life. So how in the world did we do that? How did we pay that off and go on cruises and do what we did? We made choices. So like I said before, most people come home and they sit on the couch for several hours in the evening times. I don't know what people do, but for me and my husband, that was not what we did. We worked, and we worked. So don't be afraid to work, because to relieve the stress and the anxiety that's weighing you down from all your debt, and your debt telling you what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do, once that's gone, it's like you're free again. So let me remind you that you can not accomplish anything unless you think that you can. So when I started this journey, we went back and forth so many times. And then Randall finally got on board whenever we did the financial class. Do I say he's 100% on board? No. So he's got a business and he has debt with his business. So now he's on the plan to get out of debt on his business. So that's why I say don't include your personal finances with your debt, which I never have. Even when I did the daycare, I did not include that with my personal because you're separate. So keep it separate. Do not combine your business with your household debt. And once that you accomplish that goal, you will feel so empowered that you will be so excited that you can accomplish more goals. Because if you think that you cannot pay something off, you won't. If you think that you cannot lose weight, you won't. If you think that you cannot be kind and it's just in you to be mean, you'll stay mean. That's just the way it goes. If you think that you can get out of debt, you can. If you think that you can find time to get another job to pay extra toward that, you can. Not everybody can. You know, if you have little children or you have sicknesses and stuff, I mean, life happens and, you know, everybody can't do the same thing. But you can try to figure out how to pay things off faster by selling stuff, and you just find out what works best for you. What works best for you might not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you or for you. Was it tiresome working 2 jobs, and was it tiresome being disciplined? It was. But we found ways to enjoy life, and we found ways to look at it in a different, if I looked at it every day as, oh my gosh, I've got to go do this or I've got to go do that. Everything that you look at in a negative way, then you're not going to want to do it. So I looked forward to getting out of debt, however I had to do it. And I choose to just try to be happy regardless of what I was having to do to get there. So get your stuff paid off. And then the next video will be about the savings account. And, you know, well, I will go ahead and say that if you pay your stuff off, you can take all that money, which I freed up $1,248, and I can now put that toward a savings account. So until you get to that point, you know, don't have nothing more than your emergency savings. So people will say, well, what if I lose my job? Or what if I this? What if I that? Well, if you lose your job and you have all these payments, you're going to lose your stuff anyways. So, you know, try to do what you need to do. It might not work for you. It might not be the best idea for you, but that's what we did. And just have fun, set you some goals, and get excited about what you're doing, because I promise you, the more excited you are, the faster you're going to reach your goals, the more outside of the box you're going to think, and encourage somebody else to get out of debt. And I say all the time, you rise by lifting others. So help somebody, encourage somebody. So you might not have any debt at all, but encourage somebody else and help them and do what you can. So also, I just want to show you, everybody's talking about my kitchen. Well, this kitchen island is not stationary. And I have a really big desire. You know, when we done our house, my plan was to have my kitchen island. And that was our substitute while we were getting out of debt. It's still there. I want a kitchen island that has cabinets in the bottom, and I just want to come home and I just want to touch my island and rub my island because it's going to be so beautiful. But right now, I have to think, do I want the kitchen island or do I want to meet some more goals? I want to meet my goals more than I want the kitchen island. So have you some goals and stick to it. And every choice you make, there's a consequence. Just remember that. So if I choose to go buy me a kitchen island instead of saving up for my emergency fund, and then I have an emergency, I'm going to have regrets of getting my kitchen island. When I get my kitchen island, I'm going to love my kitchen island. I'm going to have peace about purchasing the materials to build my kitchen island. But you all have a good day, and we will talk about our savings account next time. See ya.